first lap today. Do a normal lap, normal takeoff, normal landing, let you get a feel for what the conditions, the winds are like. And then we'll do some short fields and soft fields, engine outs, that kind of stuff.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, should be recording. Okay. We'll pump off. Alright, database expired, doesn't matter today. We're VFR. Enter, up and to left, that's working, so we're good. Add a second. And make sure we're on 1, 2, 3, now we are. Alright, people should hear us.
Alright.
And, alright, I guess we can go and taxi here. Alright. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 8831 November, we're at the Academy taxiing to the ramp. Mansfield. I was actually closer to a Warrior than I thought it was. That way.
Luckily, this thing's got the stubby little wings.
Right.
That's like, just because these yellow lines are supposed to guarantee you wingtip clearance, don't always trust them.
Yeah.
You know, it's always a good thing to keep looking out at them, and if you need to, move over a little bit. Yeah, if you see Whiskey Tango's right here off our right.
Oh yeah. Do you guys use it very often?
We had it down for maintenance and moved it when they had one of those weekend things here where they shut the runway down and they make us move all the planes out of the parking lot.
Huh.
And then the radios got jacked out of it.
Crazy.
So now we're probably not going to be using that for quite some time.
Yeah. That's too bad. I mean, you guys get some insurance money or something to deal with it?
I honestly have no idea how any of that stuff works.
Hey, Tyler, how do you read?
Loud and clear.
Thank you. Where are you? You on the ground?
Yep.
On the ground? Okay, I'm just coming back into the pattern.
Oh.
I'm going to Nashua. Okay, it's nice and bumpy.
Alright.
That's what Bill says.
Extra inch fuel pump on. And let's fuel pump off. And let's go to 2000. Not creeping. Alright, circuit breakers look fine. Suction is 6, we're good. We're charging on the ammeter.
14 pops loose on a right downwind for runway 24.
So that one looks good. So we'll check our magnetos.
32 man.
60. Difference of 30, so we're good.
Look at, there goes a coyote across the, over, look on the runway.
Yeah,
see him?
he's moving.
I think it's hauling.
Yeah. Wow, he's quick. Alright. And carb heat in. Should get warmer today. It does. I'll go to idle. Make it to the forest.
I don't know. I lost sight and interest.
He's got a freeway to contend with next. We're still running, so we're good here.
Cool.
Carb heat's off. And let's check our flight controls. there. That looks good there. Alright. Flight control's good. And engines. Their speed 0, we're horizon level. Let's change that.
Clear traffic, 714.
122. Turn coordinators level.
Turn left base.
Heading indicator. Match our magnetic compass and VSI is reading 0. So I think we're good there. And transponder. Alright, I think we've covered everything here. So, looks like 3-2 is the option again for taking off.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. Mansfield Traffic Turkey, 3-1 November at the ramp taxiing to runway 32, Mansfield.
Turn final, 32 Mansfield.
That one's there.
I know there's a couple of guys who hunt in the woods right here.
Really?
So I wonder if maybe they spooked up that coyote, because that thing had some motivation to it.
Yeah, he was moving.
Had a little pep in his step.
It's a wide open field, I guess. Maybe feels a little vulnerable.
Traffic, 714, not final.
Yeah, see, like that tree stand right there?
Oh yeah,
Those are all for...
for hunting?
Yep.
Taking off pilots?
I didn't even hear this guy make a call.
Nope, definitely not. He was rolling, the guy was still on the runway.
Yeah, sometimes people aren't the brightest. I don't even know what he's doing.
Not going very fast.
Need a little more throttle than that to rotate.
Either that or a clean mag.
Yeah, those help too sometimes.
Yeah, it sounded a little funky when I started. It made a different start. And mag's on clean.
Lean it back and rev it up, try cleaning them out.
Yeah, that's the plan. I wanted to get out of your way.
Two places here. I guess it doesn't matter.
That's alright. Kind of a goofball.
Alright. Make sure its fuel pump is...
Turkey clear, 3-2, Mansfield.
Self-assist a little bit here. Fuel's on the right tank, fuel pump's on. Engine gauges, check one more time. Here. Here, alright, fine. Carb heat's off, mixture rich, flaps down, trim is set, controls are free, doors are latched. Alright, I think we're ready. Don't see anybody. Final. Mansfield Traffic Turkey, 3-1 November, departing runway 32 for left closed traffic, Mansfield.
And we've got a Fox going to enter the crosswinds, move forward, limit, 4 miles out.
Alright, full power. Airspeed's alive. 3 in the green. Rotate.
A little more right rudder in there. See, if you feel like you have to move that yoke to the right, that means that you're not using enough right rudder. So remember, that's going to be that P factor that tries to move that nose over to the left for you.
All right. I will turn to 29 here.
Plymouth area traffic, Cessna 19er 836, you're 8.5 miles east inbound to the left downwind of 33 Plymouth.
And going traffic 195 Fox, is on the crosswinds to 24 Plymouth.
Very good, I got us checked out.
Mansfield traffic Cherokee 31 November, turning left crosswind to left downwind for runway 32 Mansfield.
Plymouth traffic 195 Fox, left downwind for crosswind, 24 Plymouth.
Left on traffic, South 91855.
Mansfield traffic Cherokee 31 November, left base runway 32 Mansfield.
Plymouth traffic 195 Fox, left base, 24 Plymouth.
Alright, so right here, how's it looking?
We're high.
So what can we do to fix that?
We're going to flip it.
Good, I
Inbound
like it.
landing, runway 32, westerly.
There you go. Now just hold her there. It's going to take her a little bit to get established in the slip, and you'll feel it start to really lose some altitude for you.
Mansfield traffic Cherokee 3 November, final runway 32 Mansfield.
Now what kind of slip is this that we're doing right here?
The forward slip?
Good, perfect.
50-50 guess.
Who knows, you could have came up with some different answer too. There you go, that was really nice. See that? That's exactly what that was designed for right there, to help you lose that altitude without gaining any of that airspeed. Nice landing. Really nice landing. See, that right there would have been a good soft field, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had the little bit of power in and stuff. Now we'll come to a stop here. I don't know what this guy's doing.
Mansfield traffic Cherokee 3 November, clear runway 32, taxiing back to 32 Mansfield.
Yeah, you got time. You can
Go ahead.
Good. Now, one little thing in that pattern.
Yeah.
You can kind of picture just a normal looking traffic pattern in your head.
Yeah.
When we hit TPA, you were pretty much a beam the numbers for 3-2 to the point that you just came back down.
Right.
And the reason is you just started your crosswind pretty early. So what you want to do is when you get up, you have to hit that noise abatement to 290. So hold that heading of 290 for the noise abatement. Get up to about 700 or 800 feet. By the time then that you turn into the downwind, you'll actually be right at TPA. So you're at TPA throughout the entirety of the downwind. Then you'll be able to see what's in front of you a little bit better.
All right. didn't even look at the altimeter when I turned.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, you're going to get used to the feel for it and stuff. That one was just a little early.
Yeah.
And that's why you were a little tight to the airport then, so when you pulled the power back like you normally did to start your descent coming down in, that's what put us at that higher altitude coming in on final.
Right.
So what I want you to do is let's do a short field takeoff here.
All right.
So kind of talk me through what you're doing as you're doing it.
Okay. Well, short field takeoff is, we don't have a lot of runway, so and maybe an obstacle at the end, so we want to get up as quick as possible.
Yep.
So I'm going to bring in 2 notches of flaps to help us get up quicker.
Okay.
We will, once we get onto the runway, I'll ask for a slight delay, or before I'll ask for a slight delay. We'll go behind us, buddy, but...
I'm just grabbing my glasses. I'm still listening to you.
So we'll get on the runway. We'll use as much of it as we can. I'll put the brake on. We'll go with full throttle. We'll allow the RPMs to build up until they're all the way, and then we will let go of the brake and we'll move forward. We'll rotate. It'll probably rotate a little bit early. We'll try and stay in ground effect till we pick up our speed, go to V of X, and then V of Y once we've cleared all the obstacles.
Perfect. Let's give her a shot.
All right. Fuel pumps on. Let's bring this back to neutral, and I think we're good. Let me double check everything. Mansfield traffic Cherokee 31 November, departing runway 32 for left closed traffic, slight delay before departure. Mansfield.
Nice, beautiful.
I don't see anybody coming on final.
Good. Now this time too, you're going to feel that P factor a lot more on these climb outs and everything.
Yeah, so traffic,
like I said, just keep using that rudder. That's going to be your go-to.
Foxtrot, taxiing from the ramp to runway 32, Mansfield traffic.
All right, brakes on. Make sure Ridge fuel pumps on. Full throttle. All right, looks like maximum, brakes off. A little bit of right rudder.
Now, just like you do when you're landing, just keep looking at that very far end of that runway. Look down as far as you can. Keep that nose nice and straight. There you go. Beautiful.
I'll go VLX.
Plymouth area traffic, Cessna 1983 Victor turning final for runway 24 Plymouth.
And now we're clear of obstacles via Y.
Okay.
And flaps come down.
Nice job. Really nice job. That was great.
29.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 579 uniform is departing 32, Mansfield.
See, now just keep this heading right here. Get it up to about 700-800 feet-ish. And then when you're there, start your crosswind. It'll keep you moving, gaining your altitude. And then, like I said, by the time you get into the downwind, you'll be right at TPA.
Mansfield traffic Cherokee 3 November, returning left crosswind into left downwind for runway 32 Mansfield.
Rock Island traffic, 6 Papa Romeo, final 28.
Westerly, Cardinal G, final 32, Westerly.
Flow traffic, Skyhawk 738 Extra Alpha is about 4 miles out to the west. We're going to be setting up for 45, left downwind 24 Plymouth.
There you go. That's looking good.
Ease up.
So we'll do a short field landing on this. Now, what are we looking for on the short field landings?
The important part is to get on the runway when you want, sooner than later, and then get the flaps down as soon as you're touching, so that all the weight goes onto the wheels, and then start braking.
West
Now with these two, don't be afraid to come in a little lower and a little slower. So normally we're looking for that 75 knots on approach.
Yeah.
Slow it right down to about 60, 65 knots. And what you'll see that's going to do is give you a more flat approach instead of a nice nose down approach that I'm always telling you to look for.
Yeah.
It's going to give you that flatter approach, which is ultimately going to lead to you not having as much float after the flare. You're going to kind of bring the nose up and it's going to want to set itself on the ground.
Taxiing to runway 32 for departure. I think the winds are favoring 32 right now.
Traffic 195 Fox, turn final 24 Plymouth, full stop.
Mansfield traffic Cherokee 3 November, final runway 32, Mansfield.
Good. Now slip her on in. Start bringing that power out a little bit more. You're leaving a little too much power into, which is why you're staying a little high. Which, if you were on a day with a pretty strong headwind, that's what you'd want to be, because your ground speed would be a lot lower. Today it's not too bad. So
you got somebody come in on 3-2. You might want to go on a crosswind. You're going to have a tailwind if you land on 1-4.
No, Bill, I'm downwind landing for 3-2.
Oh, there he is.
all right. So
All right, well, I heard 1-4.
bring in your last notch of flaps. Now see that arrow? Aim at the arrow. We're going to try to touch down on the numbers 3-2. Keep that power back. Keep your nose up a little. Pick an aiming point ahead of where you want to get to. That way, if when we do flare, start to float the roll out a little. So add a touch of power here. There you go. Keep it coming. Now when you get over here, cut the power. A little more right rudder. A little bit more right rudder. There you go. Keep looking at that far end. Right at the last second, you let that nose kick off a little bit on you. And if you trim it out, that's high.
Landing 3-2, Mansfield.
If you trim it out, you won't have to use two hands on the stick. And you really want to try to, as much as you can, keep one hand on the stick, one on the throttle. Use that trim to help you, especially on these short fields. You don't want to fight that all the way down.
Usually pretty good about the trim. That time I was not.
It happens.
Yeah, well.
But you can see it makes a little bit of a difference.
That sure does.
Mansfield traffic Cherokee on final landing 3-2, Mansfield.
Like I was saying with when you're coming in, when you start to turn your base and stuff, don't be afraid to bring that power back a little bit more.
Okay.
And stuff, because we're going to really, if you come in steeper like that, it's going to be a little bit harder. And so get it on nice where you're looking for coming in. When we get to like short final, we'll let it get a little bit lower. And the idea is we want to get in that ground effect as early as we can with a little bit of power. You get it set right where you literally have the power set and you're in ground effect with your nose up holding that 60, 65 knots. Once you get over the point that you want to touch down, you just pull the power out, and now it's just going to want to settle itself down onto the ground.
Bumpiest day I've seen in a while.
Say again?
Very bumpy.
Really not that bumpy.
Bumpier last week, I thought.
Yeah.
Mansfield traffic Cherokee is clearing 3-2, Mansfield traffic. Traffic, get aircraft, turn left base, runway 24.
Hey, Bill, are you guys doing a run up there? Are you ready?
No, we're ready to go now.
Okay, no rush. I just didn't know if he was going to do a run up or not, so.
Oh.
That's that castering nose wheel.
Oh. Is it, you control with your toes?
Yep. Like if you've flown a 172, it's almost the same thing. You just got to get the brakes.
I hated it. I felt like I could not control the airplane.
It's actually, once you get it down.
You guys go ahead of us. We're going to take a little bit of time here. Yeah.
Alright, thanks. Oh, give me another short field.
Yep.
Take off and another short field landing.
Alright, make sure fuel pump's on. Self a little bit of trim. 2 notches of flaps.
Alright.
I think we're ready.
Hello, you guys ready to go?
We're ready. Mansfield traffic Cherokee 3 on November, departing runway 32, slight delay before departure. Mansfield.
Well, now if this was a real short field, you'd go back taxi that. Don't worry about that. Just go straight out. We'll pretend the edge of the runway's here. Line it up, rev it up, and we'll go.
Alright, full power.
Cool.
And ready. Alright, 3 in the green. Airspeed's alive.
Metro traffic 2 Bravo Foxtrot departing runway 32. Be straight out for departure to the northwest.
V of X. And we're clear of the trees via Y. And flaps down.
Oh, nice. Only put 0.1 on the tack so far.
Anything to help you, Tyler?
You're the man.
Turn to 29 here.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 5792 uniform is departing 32, closed Patton, Mansfield.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning left crosswind to left downwind for runway 32, Mansfield.
There, now keep your crosswind a little bit longer.
Alright.
What you're looking for is for that runway to pass just through the tip of the wing, especially with these little nubs.
Metro traffic 42 Bravo Foxtrot is on the crosswind. We have the downwind inside. We're going to be landing runway 32.
He's right behind us, I guess.
Yep. Said he saw us, so don't worry about that.
Left downwind, runway 24, full stop, Plymouth.
So the stop, 14 Pop Zulu, departing runway 4.
So this time, try bringing a little bit more power out.
32, full stop.
Right about here, try starting that, bring that out, there you go.
On the RNAV 26 Laconia.
There you go.
Traffic, Cherokee turning left crosswind, landing 32, Mansfield.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, left base, runway 32, Mansfield.
Team traffic 0603 Mike Hotel, turning final, runway 32, full stop.
There you go.
We're in November. What's your position?
Left crosswind, 3-1 November.
Left base.
Left base, sorry, 3-1 November.
There you go.
We got you inside.
73 Quebec, turning a left downwind 32, westerly.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee turning left downwind, landing 32, Mansfield. Bill, are you on the downwind on 32?
So see right here, line yourself up a little better. We're pulling a Harrison forward right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
There. Now, aim for like, if we want to touch down near those numbers, aim for the beginning of the runway. Focus on bringing us down to that point.
Mansfield traffic Cherokee 3 on November, final runway 32 Mansfield.
There. This is good. See how your speed's slow? See how we got a flatter approach?
Yep.
So keep coming down. Bring it right down. Right over the ground now. Here you go. Now, just remember, keep your focus as far down that runway. So right about here. Just keep staring at that far end of the runway. There you go. Cut the power right here. A little more right rudder. Let her flare. Dump those flaps. And now you don't have to hit them, but you can see if we hit the brakes, see how short we could have stopped this?
Yeah.
That was beautiful. That was a really nice job. Center line, nose straight. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Off this runway for them.
Yeah, don't rush. They got plenty of time. That was a really nice short field right there.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee turning base, landing 3-2. Have landing traffic in sight, Mansfield traffic.
Mansfield traffic Cherokee, 3-1 November, clear of runway 32, taxiing back to 32 Mansfield.
Alright, nice job on that. Let's do a soft field takeoff and a soft field landing.
Alright.
What was it? Traffic 2.
So soft field will be basically the same, 2 notches of flaps, but we'll just rotate to VFX and then to VFY.
This one is going to be where you really want to get it off in ground effect as soon as you can. Short field, you really don't actually need to. You can kind of let it do what it needs to. Like you can let it build up speed while you're on the ground and then just rotate and climb out at VX. Soft field, picture like if we were on the grass right now after all this snow and rain and everything's probably soupy and muddy. So we'd want to keep that nose up.
Hopefully stop quick there.
Yeah, that's Bill probably showing Wilbur how to, you can do a really short field nose planes. Those things stall at 31 knots.
All right.
So you're 31 knots plus our 8-knot headwind right now. You're doing like 20 knots over the ground. So by the time you cut that power and get it on the ground, hit the brakes, you're off right there.
All right. Cool. And then we'll keep the yoke back for this. We got someone on final, mixture rich, fuel pump on.
You guys going in already?
Say again?
Said you guys going back in again?
Nah, I gotta fix the canopy.
Got you.
A little bit of wind there.
That's going to be a rough landing. See, that's where you'd want to add the power to smooth that out. When you start to flare and you see how it came up a little bit, that's where you want to add the power and then let it come back down. That's what would have fixed that on him instead of that.
Right.
And that's what it feels like when you're in here and you feel those, oof, there's the ground run landings. That's usually.
Runway 32. We'll cut it off forward for the traffic pattern.
Mansfield traffic, Cessna 72307, currently 2 miles west of the airport, 2,100.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee clearing 3-2, Mansfield.
Alright, let's do her again.
Alright, so 2 notches of flaps, and we're good.
Alright.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3-1 November, departing runway 32, left closed traffic, Mansfield. Now I'm going to pull the yoke back. Nobody's on final. So if someone was just making a call, just saying they're above us at 2,100 feet.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Usually that's why you say you're inbound, you're maneuvering, any of those things.
Alright, full power.
Said he was 2 to the west, so we'll keep an eye out for him that way. Traffic that was 2 miles to the west of Mansfield, you guys coming in or are you just doing some maneuvers out there?
307 is just continuing northwest.
Okay.
Alright,
But he's just transitioning to the northwest.
via X, we're clear of the trees, via Y, and flaps can go down. And we're good.
Mansfield traffic says 60 Echoes, 5.5 miles out following the RNAV approach for runway 32. We'll be cutting off well before the pattern.
Alright, 29.
Now that guy that said he was on the RNAV, that means he's on the instrument approach to 3-2.
Yeah.
If you heard what he said he was going to cut it off before he gets to the pattern, meaning he's not going to do the full approach in. He's probably going to go missed, which means he'll leave us enough room for the pattern work. So he's not intending on landing, is what he's letting us know.
Okay.
So we'll keep an eye out for him, but he should be giving us enough room based off of what he said for us to turn into our base and everything like normal without being too concerned.
Alright. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning left crosswind to left downwind for runway 32, Mansfield.
So if you kind of picture, just draw a straight line out like a long final, and that's where we should see him coming in.
Yeah.
And for a reference point, see that like cluster of houses next to, on the other side of 495?
Yep.
That's about a 2-mile final right there. So he's like a little more than twice that's where he called. So he should be somewhere around a little past those houses somewhere on final.
What's the Yukon? Mansfield traffic, Sport Cruiser 141 Bravo Fox, crossing 422 in the grass for runway 32 Mansfield. Base 32.
And Plymouth traffic, Dakota 14 Papa Zulu's on a RNAV runway 06 approach. Plymouth.
I still don't see him.
I don't either.
Alright.
Keep going. You can start.
Where's the Skylancer?
You can turn your base. We'll keep an eye out for him.
Final?
Say that you're turning left base for 3-2 and then say, and where is the RNAV traffic?
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning left base for runway 32. Where's the RNAV traffic? Mansfield?
2.5 miles out, we're going to stop at 2 miles out.
Oh, click. There you go. So he's 2.5 miles out. Now what we can do to make sure, and this is a good habit to get into anyways, dip your right wing. Oh, there he is. Tell him you got him in sight. We're at his 10, 11 o'clock.
Mansfield traffic, airplane on RNAV, we got you in sight about 2 o'clock. Mansfield.
Which is turning off to the north. Thank you, sir.
Hey, have a good flight.
Papa Zulu's doing a left turn out on a runway 6 approach.
Alrighty. See, that's why radio communications go a long way.
Yeah. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, final runway 32, Mansfield. Alrighty.
Good, so with this one, don't rush the landing. Don't worry about making it take, how much runway ever you need. Keep it about that same 65 knots coming in. When you get over it, get the nose straight, keep a little power in like you did. Remember that first landing? That was beautiful. Look at the end of the runway, keep a little power in, and when you want to land, bring the power out a little bit, bring the nose up a little bit, bring the power out a little bit, bring the nose up a little bit. Take your time with this one.
Okay.
There you go. Get that nice sight picture that you're looking for. There you go. Keep a little power. There you go. A little more, add a lot. There you go. Keep that stick back. Don't push her forward. There. Keep it back, and if you don't like it, go around.
Right.
Get out of there, because that letting the stick forward, that's what's going to be really dangerous. You got to keep it back. Not all the way, but when you try to push it forward, if it feels like you're on the ground, if you have too much energy, that's what's going to cause a plane to porpoise on you.
Right.
And you get into those, and it doesn't end too well.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 November, clear of runway 32, taxiing back to 32 Mansfield.
And what happened there, the reason that we kind of feel like on a sink a lot on you,
Yep.
that was because we were on a wind gust, and
Right.
the wind gust stopped. Now we lost that airflow over the wings, and it wanted to just settle itself down onto the ground. So that's why with those, what I was telling you right before that happened, keep a little extra power in, get it in the ground effect, and once you're over the runway, then slowly start walking that power out for the landing. Especially on these gusty days like this.
Fox taking 3-2, and you'll be departing up to the left Mansfield.
That's weird. My phone just said moisture is detected in your charger USB port.
Oh.
It's been in my pocket and it made this weird sound that I'd never heard before. I don't know how it would have got wet in here.
You wet yourself, that's all.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Alright, fuel pump on, mixture rich, trim, all set here, and, okay.
Traffic 6 on Bravo, turning left crosswinds for runway 24 Plymouth.
Plymouth area traffic, helicopter 868 Juliet Bravo is 5 miles to the southeast, on to the north, 2000 feet, Plymouth.
Soft field again?
Yep.
Alright, 2
No,
notches.
this one too. You're going to have a lot of, like, these wind gusts today. The winds are getting gusty. So what you don't want to happen, kind of picture like that last landing where, you know, you felt it drop on you.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is when you let it get off the ground when it wants to, but be pretty aggressive with keeping it in ground effect, even if you get slightly above VX and everything.
Right.
And just build up the speed so that way you can use that energy to help you trade for that VX to climb out. Because if we leave ground effect and we're pitched up while we're on a wind gust, and that wind gust stops, we really are going to lose a lot of lift. That wing's really, you'll feel it when it does it. It'll dip that wing really hard on you.
Right.
So that's about it. Just get a little extra speed to be a little cautious, and we'll get up there.
Do you roll into the wind like this when we start our takeoff roll?
Right, so keep that wing down until you just start your rotation.
Okay.
And when you start bringing that nose wheel up, just nice and smoothly, you'll feel how rapidly, like if it's going off to your left, do it a little quicker and roll it out. That's going to make your nose turn to the left a little.
Yeah.
It's what we want it to do. Now we have a crab angle, and that's going to keep us over the center line.
Gotcha. All right. I don't see anybody on final, so Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, departing runway 32 for left closed traffic, Mansfield. All right. Let's go. All right, full power.
So get her up. Now push her forward a little more. There you go. Now you're in that ground effect. Good. Now go ahead, start climbing out at VX. You got that airspeed built up for sure.
Bravo, turning left base for runway 24 Plymouth.
All right, we're clear of the clouds, or the trees. And
Clear the clouds too.
yeah, we are clear of the clouds. I was listening to one of these radio communication, that record the audio.
Yep.
When I did one of my solos, like in the pattern here.
Yep.
And I did that same thing. I turned left base and I said left crosswind. I was like, why do I do that?
It happens to everybody, trust me. You're not the first person, you're not going to be the last person.
Well, sure. I'm sure I make plenty more mistakes, but... Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 November, turning left crosswind into left downwind for runway 32 Mansfield.
November traffic 6 on Bravo, turning final for runway 24, Plymouth.
Block Island traffic, Skyx turning left crosswind, 28, Block Island.
Left 280, final 25.
Block Island traffic, Skyx turning left downwind, 28, Block Island.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 November, turning left base, runway 32 Mansfield.
Plymouth traffic 6 on Bravo, short final 24, full stop.
310 at 06. Visibility 10. Sky.
Bravo's going around 24.
Says this is only 6 knot winds at Taunton, which I'm not really buying.
Block Island traffic, Skyx about a mile southeast of the field, climbing through 1,700 feet, departing area to the north-northwest.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 November, final runway 32 Mansfield.
There you go, it's a nice looking stabilized approach.
Mansfield traffic, Sports Cruiser 10 miles to the west, inbound for landing, runway 32 Mansfield.
Now see how you got this little power in here?
Yep.
Ride it all the way in. Get it into that ground effect. Get that sight.
Bravo Foxtrot, what's your altitude?
Get that altitude, that sight picture that you're looking for. So slowly keep bringing that power, very slow. Take your time with it. Look at the end of the runway. A little more right rudder. A little more right rudder. There you go. Now hold it. See that? Now slowly keep bringing it back. There you go. Keep it a little more right rudder. Keep that stick up. There you go. Not too bad.
Pull hard.
Yeah, just keep this all the way. See that? She still wants to fly. And that's what you're trying to do.
Still.
That, well, your speed's still up.
I know.
Use all of that stick and everything. Not bad, but just practice them. Just like I said, get the sight picture you're looking for. Right there at the end, a little bit, it got a little flat, and that's why it felt like a little oof. If you kept it up a little bit more, even if you had to add just a hair power right at the end, just to be able to hold that nose up. That's what you're trying to do with these landings, is really land with that nose wheel up for pretty much as long as you can, until it has to settle itself down to the ground.
All right. We have time for one more? Are we?
Yeah.
Okay. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 November, clear runway 32, taxiing back to 32, crossing 0422 the grass, Mansfield.
Mansfield traffic. Cruiser 142 Bravo Foxtrot inbound, 5 miles out, inbound for landing runway 32, Mansfield traffic.
I feel like Wilbur's always kind of struggling with the radio every time I hear his calls.
I think it's just his voice.
Maybe.
Like, he just talks like that. That, and he's newer to the sports cruiser. Sometimes, you know, hopping into a different plane, you go start saying a one tail number and realizing the next thing you know, now this gets all jumbled up coming out and stuff.
Did he switch to the cruiser?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mansfield
nice.
traffic. Cruiser 142 Bravo Foxtrot entering on 45 for downwind runway 32, Mansfield. Traffic, Dakota 14 Popsicle, we're 5 out on an RNAV runway 33, practice approach, Plymouth. Mansfield traffic, Cruiser,
I see him.
2 Bravo Foxtrot on left downwind runway 32, Mansfield traffic.
2 notches of flaps.
Yeah, so whenever you're ready, you're good to go. Then just say,
plenty of time.
Yeah, he's got plenty.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, departing runway 32 for left closed traffic. We have traffic in the pattern in sight, Mansfield.
All right, nice job. That hawk.
Oh yeah, I thought that was a plane for 1 second.
Ow.
All right, full power. Stick back.
A little more right rudder, a little more right rudder. There you go. Now let her up, push the nose forward. There you go. Keep her in that ground effect now. There you go. Nice takeoff. That was beautiful.
Mansfield traffic.
All right, flaps down.
42 Bravo Foxtrot turning base runway 32, Mansfield.
Turn to 29 here.
SR traffic, sports cruiser 2 Bravo Foxtrot is turning final, be a full stop, Mansfield.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left crosswind to left downwind for runway 32, Mansfield.
Plymouth traffic to top breeze on the 45 to the downwind 33 Plymouth.
Plymouth traffic, Dakota 14 Papa Zulu is on the mist.
How far out are you guys?
Westerly traffic, Skyhawk 8 southeast of the field, 2,700 feet, going to be landing 25 westerly.
Plymouth traffic, Dakota 14 Papa Zulu, we're at 1,700 feet, and we're on a missed approach for runway RNAV 33 approach.
Westerly traffic, Cessna 73 Quebec is turning left downwind 32 westerly.
Here, keep your altitude for a little bit. I'll tell you when to start a descent.
Okay. Give them some time.
Yeah, keep your altitude. Alright, good. See if you can make the runway.
Alright.
Mansfield traffic, 3 on November, simulated engine out for runway 32. We got the traffic just over the runway in sight, Mansfield. Yeah, I even got a little jumbled up on my words there.
So we're at about 69 knots. I'm going to try and go direct here.
Dakota 4, Papa Zulu's overhead at 2,500.
Western traffic, Cessna 72 Quebec, turning left base 32 westerly.
Woman traffic, time return at base 334 minutes.
Hey, Bill, if you don't mind, can you do me a little favor and
Get off the runway.
speed up a little bit? Thanks, boss.
Alright.
Now, in reality, if, you know, he wasn't, you don't ever want to rush anybody.
Sorry, Tyler. And Wesley traffic, Skyhawk's on about a 5-mile final for 32 Wesley.
Don't be sorry, I should have gave you guys a little more space.
Mansfield traffic, cruiser 41 Bravo Fox, about 5 miles southwest, 45 from 32 Mansfield.
Now, make her a soft field, add a little power. That's why I was telling you to do that.
Yep.
All that is you're just slightly, I mean, ever so slightly, a little high. Exactly. And it's one of those things that the more you just practice, the better you're going to get with them, because it's going to be those little bit, I'm letting you land them a little rough like that, because it's not going to hurt the airplane. It just feels a little rough. And that's going to really be what makes you learn that sight picture and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If kind of like Bill always uses the analogy that, you know, you tell a kid, Johnny, whoever, little kid, don't touch the stove, it's hot. Don't touch the stove, it's hot. Don't touch the stove, it's hot. Until he touches it, you know, gives himself a little burn, he's not going to figure out what it is. So little mistakes like that really aren't a big deal. And by you making those mistakes and being able to recognize them and everything, that's how you're really going to learn. I can tell you how to do a short field, soft field, simulated engine out all day long. Until you practice it, see it, and learn what not to do, you're, in a nutshell, if you kind of think about it, you're kind of teaching yourself.
Right.
Because I can tell you, yeah, look for this picture, but until you feel what the pressures are and see what the sight picture is and stuff, that's the thing that I can't really do as much. You're kind of teaching yourself what to do, and I'm here orchestrating and making sure you don't smack it up too hard.
Right. If I have an engine out and I land like that, I'll still be pretty happy.
Oh yeah, me too.
Mansfield traffic, cruiser 41 Bravo Fox, left down and for 32 Mansfield.
Oh, we gotta wait.
Yeah, this side's closed. Pull it up behind them.
Mansfield traffic, cruiser 41 Bravo Fox, left base 32 Mansfield.
Alright. Shut it down?
Yep.
Alright.